Okay, folks. What was the name of the first movie we watched? Me and you watched.
Zombie Wars.
Zombie Wars. Okay. Just so I remember.
Voice, I'm fighting cold.
Yeah. Peace out, folks. Most of you, if not all of you, know us. This is me and Dave. This is an honorary guest this evening, Travis Myers, good friend of mine, or ours.
Those are pecans.
Those are
from Florida.
Toasted roasted pecans.
Really?
Good for what ails you.
I'm sorry, my pecans must come from Missouri.
Then they're Florida pecans.
Oh, I forgot my drink. Never forget your drink.
Very important. Don't forget the drink.
Don't forget your drink. As you all, some of you may be aware, some of you may not. This is the month of 31 Days of Horror. It is the month of October. So we were watching horror movies, and tonight Dave was actually predisposed to something else. He was off busy doing something, and so me and Travis covered the first movie this evening.
We started it early tonight.
Yeah, we did. We started Zombie Wars, which sucked ass. It was awful.
It was horrible.
Oh, it was god awful.
The plot was ridiculous.
First of all, zombies should never be smart enough to farm people.
They were, farming people. They were breeding them.
Breeding people, things. They bred people to produce offspring and then to eat them.
It was horrible. Yeah,
they even organized them to farm vegetables and stuff, and it was really.
Yeah.
My basic grasp of it was the guy that was behind all this was pissed off at his parents, and they were zombies. He had them tied to a chair.
Yeah. There was a kind of like a snitch.
Yeah.
Living in the zombie farm.
Yeah.
And he worked for this. No, he was a human.
He was a human.
And he worked for this company.
Yeah.
You never found out what the company was. It was this guy pissed off at his parents. And at the end of the movie, they all come in guns blazing and end the movie.
And apparently, the zombies, when they're faced with a weapon, they just stand there and take it like a man. Just they shoot him in the head, and that's about it.
Every single shot.
A headshot.
In the movie was a headshot.
I think there were 4 or 5 that weren't headshots.
Wow.
But it wasn't like difficult shots. They were just
they were just from here to here.
Yeah. Oh, a zombie. Bang. You're dead.
Kill shot.
Yeah. So anyway, second movie we watched. Then Dave arrived. Had a little dialogue.
Rating for the first movie.
Oh, rating for the first movie. Good call.
1.
We gave it a 1.
Did you finish it?
Yeah,
we fast forwarded.
We fast forwarded to finish it. So we gave it a 1.
I think if you fast forward a movie, that could still count as a 1.
Okay.
Because you're not seeing the whole thing.
Yeah, we fast forward finished
a lot,
it. So a lot. So there were moments where dialogue was definitely lacking. So it was awful.
And they were trying to make hints at romances. And it was horrible.
Yeah. Of course, this was a movie that for some movies, some horror movies, they rank less than Sci-Fi Channel movies, which are bad, really bad. If you've never seen them, I've got a good friend that really enjoys Sci-Fi Sci-Fi Channel movies. But Jason Mitchell, I'm sorry, it was worse than that. It was bad. It was not pleasant.
Put the O channel on instead of Sci-Fi.
Yeah. So, anyway, we moved on from there. We moved to Haunting in Conneticut.
Yeah, A Haunting in Conneticut.
Very good.
This was a surprisingly good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed. And before we even get started, I'm going to clarify all this by saying I'm giving this movie a high 3, verging on a 4.
Yeah.
And I would verge on a 4 because it was a good one-time movie. Because now that I know how it ends, I mean, it's kind of But I'd verge it on a 4 as saying this is a movie that will be on the Halloween to watch list from now on.
Definitely.
It was high quality production, a high quality story, based on a true story, which means whatever that means sometimes.
It could mean anything.
Yeah.
We'll have to get back to you on that one.
Wow, what would you give it and why?
I would say 4. I would definitely watch it again. It was very, very intense, and the plot was excellent. I like how everything flowed.
Flowed together? I'd say it had good flow on it,
yeah.
Me personally, I'd give it a 3. A solid 3. I wouldn't give it, I wouldn't oppose it. Hey, shut up! I don't like horror movies. Okay,
So I'm really kind of in between the two of you.
Yeah.
on your-
yeah. You give it a solid 4. I give it a solid 3. You give it somewhere in between.
3.5.
Yeah,
The
well,
reason
that's
I don't
3.5.
give it a 4 is because I don't like horror movies, and that's all there is to it. It scared the shit out of me. It's not hard to do, but you know, it's like whatever. There were elements of it that I enjoy thoroughly. What has to do with the.
A lot of occult.
A lot of occult type
Very
stuff, which I
yes.
enjoy. I think in my horror movies, serious occult, like scribe work and stuff like that, and of tomes and
Yeah.
etchings on things. And
Well, and the thing is that even though it occasionally went for like a cheap scare,
Right.
like your typical horror movie, like something pops out or
Right.
a mirror you flash and then you go back and it's like
where you see a shot of somebody and then they leave the shot. And then a split second later, a shadow flies by real quick, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay."
kind of
You're waiting
Darkness
for it.
Falls was very much kind of a cheaper
Yeah.
scare you kind of movie.
Yeah.
Where things just kind of pop out of
Yeah, it was
nowhere.
Give him a quick rundown. I
Yeah,
gotta go pee.
the basic gist of the movie was the family needed a house closer to the hospital. Their boy had cancer. They found a cheap rental house, which used to be a morgue.
They didn't know it was
they didn't know.
morgue. And on top of that, in the morgue, it was popular at the time to do seances. So a lot of
Late 1800s?
yeah, late 1800s, late 19th century. So go ahead.
And when they were in the seances, Jonah was the medium. He was a big character in the movie, and
Maybe it was Jonas. I don't know.
No,
I don't remember. It started with a J.
but he was the medium, and he was a huge part of the movie, and it all revolved around him.
Yeah. It comes down to the guy who was the head of the mortuary was taking these bodies and carving them up, like not carving them up into like pieces, but carving them up into like carving, etching,
Like it
script,
almost looks like script,
like
or Latin.
satanic type script.
Right.
Yeah, on there. And it was
basically-
all related to him trapping the bodies, the spirits of the bodies in the house to amplify the boy's power as a medium.
Right.
We shouldn't tell them how they amplified.
Why not?
That'd give away the end of the movie.
Oh,
We always do that.
We always do that.
Oh,
There's
okay.
a foregone conclusion that if you watch these,
This is totally a spoiler.
Oh yeah,
Spoiler video.
Oh, yeah.
To enhance the seance, they put the bodies in the wall of the
Oh,
seance
the room.
room.
Oh, there's like 30 or 40 bodies tucked
Yeah.
away in
Oh,
these
yeah.
walls.
Yeah, and
And,
that's how it
um,
ends. By the way, we find all the bodies.
Right, and yeah, find all the
Still
bodies.
worth watching.
Oh yeah,
Very
definitely.
I don't.
Very enjoyable.
It's kind of like reading a book that you know the ending to, or watching a movie that you know the ending to. It's not about knowing how it ends. It's about getting there.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is just a good movie to watch. So knowing the ending shouldn't ruin it.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's still a quality movie.
I think that's true about most horror flicks. I mean, you know that it's either going to end one of two ways. One, it'll just end, and there's no resolve whatsoever.
Yeah.
Or B, it'll end.
That means it's a sequel.
Right. That means it's
Yeah.
a sequel. Or it could end poorly. I guess there's three ways. One, it has no resolve. B, it could end poorly, and
Everybody dies.
Everybody dies. Or A, it could end. Have puppy dog farts and sunshine.
Do you realize what you just did?
What?
One, it could end this way. B, it could end this way. Or A, it could end this way.
Woo! Get out of there! You know what I mean? 3 ways it could end. It could end 3 different ways. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's just one of those things where horror movies you got 3
They're
different
always
options.
predictable.
Right.
Is what it comes down to.
It's really about
Kind of
just,
like the never go upstairs in a horror movie type.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Predictable.
Number one, not number one. Let's not go there again. Let's talk about some of the things during the movie, like the blunders of horror. All horror flicks take place.
Oh, okay. Creepy house.
Never play hide and seek in a mortuary.
No, that's just a bad idea.
Who plays hide and seek in a mortuary?
Don't.
And we did it 4 times in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, at the very end, when a guy's heading to a crazy, like, cut up dude is heading towards it with an axe. It's like, let's play hide and seek, yay! It's time to go hide, children. Yeah, we're like, no.
And he's coming through the door like The Shining.
It's like, here's
Johnny.
not good. You shouldn't play hide and seek in a
What was
mortuary.
another blunder in the movie? I can't remember.
When she she went upstairs to play hide and seek, and she goes up into the attic, and then the floor tries to eat her.
Yeah.
Not literally, but she like falls through, and that's when they find the eyelashes.
The box of eyelids. Yeah, they cut off. And
kind of like a serial killer keeps trophies. The dude was cutting off their eye. It was all ceremonial, but...
Another thing, setting up your bedroom in the basement, number one. Number two...
Yeah. Next to the embalming room.
Next to the embalming room, the kill room.
And this is after you've seen an apparition of a dead guy sliced up somewhere in the basement.
Well, not even sliced up, like... burnt in the incinerator.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. After you've already seen that, you're like, this sounds like a good place to set up my room. Yeah. Let's do this.
It's nice and dark down
here. The boy with cancer, his exact words were, "This room's calling me."
Yeah. And I'm like...
Because he had a freaky vision the first night, and then he decided, I think I'll go to that room where I had a freaky vision.
Yeah.
Sleep there.
About halfway through the movie, the family's just thinking... He's having visions because that's one of the side effects.
Side effects of a new treatment he's doing in 1987.
Yes, this is all in the 80s.
Which number? As far as being in the 80s, that
we're an 80s product.
Yeah, we're all three 80s.
I like the 80s.
But what I'm saying is that nothing in this movie screamed 80s.
No, not really.
There was only
it could have been said in any time and it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, I didn't really notice at all any specifically 80 things.
No, not horribly, no.
Not the vehicles. Most of the vehicles were from the early 80s or 70s.
Yeah.
But that wasn't a dead giveaway that it was 1987.
Right. I mean, none of the dress, the attire, the talk, nothing was... No music, which is usually a...
One of the things we did do was that we had the guy listen to cassette tapes.
That's true.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
People I know...
Maybe he's nostalgic.
Yeah. He's nostalgic. Well, usually people nostalgic listen to LPs.
Oh, something I noticed in the movie, the dad's office, when he was playing like guitar or whatever.
Yeah.
Did you notice the Egyptian...
Yeah, I did.
I think that was the Book of the Dead.
Probably. I noticed it was Egyptian.
I think it's the Book of the Dead.
That was good. Yeah.
Good call, Travis.
Yeah.
Cha-ching. Get her.
That's your big plan.
That's your big plan. So anyway, ultimately we ended up with what? We're gonna give it an average 4. Highest rating we gave was a 4.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I am too. I would watch this come next year. 31 Days of Horror 2011. I would totally watch this again. It'll make the list. So that's about it. I think we wrapped it up.
That would be. We're on to movie 5 now.
Yep.
Yeah. So
5. Yeah. Our next one will be 5.
Yeah.
And today's.
So to recap all movies that we've watched so far, we watched The Thing with Two Heads to kick off our 31 Days of Horror.
Yeah.
We watched Darkness Falls.
Yeah.
You guys watched
Zombie Wars.
Yeah.
Zombie Wars.
Don't watch it.
Yeah.
And then we finished up tonight with A Haunting in Conneticut.
So.
Yeah.
We're like I said, we're trying. I think we may do more than 31 movies because I like this whole. I like the whole format of watching a stupid bad movie, and then watching a serious movie.
I think our problem is that we're going to run out of serious horror movies to watch pretty quick.
Serious horror movies,
like
we may have to actually.
We'll have to postpone the serious movies because we'll have to wait for them to show up on.
Isn't enough on DVD?
Yeah. Unless
there's plenty on there, and we can get.
Yeah.
It may be if we have to go rent them to get them.
That'd be a total breakdown.
Because Instant Queue is kind of...
Or sorry, Netflix.
Well...
the turnaround takes a while.
Yeah.
It does.
So... And on top of that, we just don't watch horror movies. We got other stuff we're watching.
Yeah.
We got Aquatine and Squidbillies coming up. So,
Anyway, I think that's
about it.
So,
good night. Have a good time. Scare somebody. Those of you who are wimps like myself, look out for mirrors. They're freaky.
And dark places.
Dark places. Lots of lights.
Sleep with the lights on.
Sleep with the lights on. Get yourself a good book. Like Mr. Moose Goes to the Market. Or something happy. So anyway, peace out. Travis, David, Taylor.
Have a good night.